Hi everybody, welcome back to my next Plan With Me monthly video. This is a collaborative effort. Right now there are only two collaborators, myself and Christy Sobolewski, so please check the link below in the description box and check out Christy's planners. They are absolutely beautiful. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that my planner is very different from hers. It's basically a planner and a journal all in one. I wanted to show you real quick. This was my journal from February and March, and I just finished my April and May. So both of them are painted. They should look like this together in the shelf. I think that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And if you watched last month's video, you saw the first half of this journal. So you saw my 2 months at a glance. They're all filled in now. And my essential oil page is pretty much filled up. I will do a few things a little different with that next month. Not too much differently though, I don't think. And the last page I showed you was this one with the girl with the purple background and the watercolor flowers. So I hope to go quick, not a lot of chattiness. I hope to not say too often. There we go. It's such a hard habit to break when you're trying to think ahead of what you're going to say and what you're going to show. I'm going to move quickly. It's pretty much a journal planner flip. This was 5/1/18. She's a fountain pen girl, my morning writing. This page of 4, all I can say is I must have been influenced by one of Christy Sobolewski's live streams, because she can take 4 faces, put them together, make it look like a page, and it's all fabulous. I had my 4 faces with fountain pens, and I tried to add background, and it's just too busy. So I did a study of a girl in watercolor and my morning writing. That's 5/3. 5/4, I wanted to do spring flowers, and these are really pretty. I like them, but they are definitely fall colors. But that's okay. A quick sketch of my grandson, my younger grandson, Hunter. He's only 1.5 years old, but somehow I did an age progression, and he looks verging on a teenager. And this, in the same keeping, I was trying to draw a little girl, and I think I was successful. Something about the placement of the eyes and the nose and the hair does make, and the shorter neck does make her look like a little girl. She is water-soluble graphite and ink pen, I believe. Here is this was a Saturday. You can see my weekend to-do list. A fountain pen girl and doodling, which you may have seen. Oh, that was Sunday, May 6th, because this page was my video of how to make the fountain pen girls. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. These two girls, this one is all Stabilo all pencils, and I used a stencil for a background. And you could see I was kind of into that over here. Water-soluble graphite stencil background, and I was really happy with the way that worked. Through the circle stencil, I drew the lines, and then I took a wet brush and just did a quick swipe under each circle, and it really gave it a 3D look. Doodled some flowers. 5/8. 5/9, I tried to make a loose sketch. I'm not happy with her at all. These two were looking so tight and controlled. I tried to be looser a little there. I really like this girl. She's fountain pen. Much longer face. I find I tend towards a long, narrow face. That's what I like, and a long neck. And I did doodles in her hair, and I mixed my writing in. My scribble writing. If you're not familiar with my work, I make my writing scribbles. Since I'm posting it on YouTube, everybody doesn't have to read it. Another fountain pen girl, all in purple, and just experimenting with some backgrounds. This was my other video I did last month, my art challenge for the art journal collab in monochrome colors. So I did all purple and white, violet and white in gouache. So if you're interested in that, check out that video. That was an intense piece of work. That was difficult, but very rewarding. These girls are... This was 2 colors of watercolor. I used, for some reason, I used my Jane Davenport's Jiminy and Best Friend. I mixed the 2 to make her face color, and then I used the 2 colors throughout. And then at the end, I went over with a pink fountain pen to give it's something different. It's not real thrilling to me. So I used those same 2 colors on this page for a background and did a quick pencil study. Her eyes are crooked, aren't they? But that's okay. Then I got out my watercolor pencils, which I really never use. I have a small set of Prismacolor. I did a loose sketch, no reference picture. I was really happy with that 3/4 face with no reference. I did it in Carmine Red, and then I quick activate it with some water on a watercolor brush, and I loved the softness. I thought, okay, let's do another one, and I did a green and blue, half and half, and it was all soft and really nice until I hit it with water, and then it just got so intense. I was totally taken by surprise at how bright those colors are. So next time I suppose I should swatch them out first to see how they behave. My writing, my notes on what colors I used. This day I just felt like doodling, so I did some light watercolor washes. I doodled a tree and some flowers. It's boring, but hey, it's what I felt like doing that day. This girl I really like. I kept thinking about the long, narrow face. So this is all sepia fountain pen. Did the long, narrow face, and I don't know what it is she has on her head. I don't know if it's a head wrap or a headdress or her hair. And my morning writing. And over here I started working really quickly just to get a quick suggestion of a face. No, you can see how minimal the details are. And they're really cool, and they're all long-faced, and they're all long-necked, but it makes them look really somber, really kind of morbid. Maybe the robe-type things don't help. Down here's my Saturday to-do list, so another week went by, and a little bit of writing on why these girls look so sad. And I sat and pondered afterwards and thought, you know, maybe it was the news of the newest school shooting, and it was just reflecting in my hopelessness right now of some things we can't seem to get right. So during that Saturday evening live stream with Christy Sobolewski, I did this during her live stream. It was more sepia fountain pen, another long face with a very long nose, and I found my closest color of watercolor to add a background. Somewhere in that weekend, I watched a video, and apparently it's been going on for years, and I never saw a video, I never heard of it, with the Elegant Writer calligraphy pen. And I was intrigued, and I saw beautiful work done by a woman on, I believe it was Jerry's Artorama. Or was it Cheap Joe's? I might have to look that up. But anyway, so I had to go out. I went to the store, and I got myself an Elegant Writer. It's a chisel tip calligraphy pen, and it was awkward to draw with. That's going to take some getting used to. So this was my first try at the Elegant Writer 519. You know, it wasn't what I was looking for, but it was my first try. So the next day, I made up some flowers out of my head, no reference picture whatsoever, and tried to make it a little more loose, a little lighter, played with how the marker worked. You have to work so fast with the water and the dabbing off that it definitely is going to take some practice. The next day, same day, I tried this octopus because he had lots of details that I could brush over with the pen. I was trying to think of anything that had a lot of marker on it. So the octopus tentacles seemed to work. He's pretty cool. Still not exactly what I was looking for. This girl is what I had hoped to achieve. If you can, I don't know, I'm going to bring it up a little close. I don't know if this is going to work for you or not. But if you see the way it bleeds, it looks really, truly like watercolor in there. And I like the suggestions of her face. I did the flicking of water at the background here. The only thing I'm not too thrilled about is that big blob on her hair. But this was what I was aiming for. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some more work with the Elegant Writer. Maybe not in my journal. Maybe on some watercolor paper that's taped down. It's definitely going to take some more practice. But in the videos, they took the same Elegant Writers and put watercolor over top. So this is just my odd version of a swatch page. This looks like a worm. These are rocks. These are shapes. A little bush. I did the Elegant Writer. I wet it all down, and then I let it dry. I even did the misting. She takes a fine mister bottle and lets mist fall, because once it gets wet, it supposedly doesn't reactivate. So as long as you get everything wet, it's all sealed. Well, then I went back with my watercolor, different colors of sap green and quin rose and quin gold deep. They did reactivate. The marker did reactivate, and I'm not sure I'm thrilled with the color over top of it, but who knows where that'll go. It might lead somewhere. Next day, Some more fountain pen work. This is 4 different color fountain pens with funky makeup. I like her. This girl is she wasn't supposed to be realistic. She's very oddly shaped, a very odd position, a little too much green, but it was fun. I enjoyed painting the details in her dress with just a watercolor brush, no drawing. And I did my morning writing with a watercolor brush and some of the same green watercolor. I'm moving along quickly here. We're up to 525. This girl was Elegant Writer, and hopefully the metallic will show. I used some metallic watercolor paint over top. I have an upcoming project, and I'm trying to kick around some ideas. She's auditioning for this next project. I don't think it's going to happen. These are supposed to be like fairy wings or pixie wings. But it was interesting to try the metallic over top of the Elegant Writers. These are flowers from my backyard. My husband is a teacher. He teaches greenhouse management and horticulture. And he keeps our backyard beautiful. And he brought home all these hanging fuchsia baskets. And I sit out back and I look at the fuchsia. And I wanted to paint them. So I painted them. That's going to take some more tries from me too. He loves it. He thinks it's fabulous. And me, it doesn't make my heart sing. I wanted it, I don't know. I wanted something different, not this tight, controlled, pale. So I have a feeling there's some more fuchsia painting in my future. Maybe on some scrap paper so I can play around and get the look that I want. Another live stream with Christy Sobolewski. She was showing how to paint the planes of the face to give a different look. And it was really interesting. She showed some things like these kind of hash sketch marks she makes in pencil that end up showing through the hair. So I painted along with her. It was really fun. I had to move really fast. This is Christy's style of hair, and I do love it. So the next day, I did another version of her. It's basically, I was trying to make the same girl and doodle hair, and this is all done with a sepia fountain pen. I like both of those girls. 527, okay. I got the Loomis book on how to draw the head and hands. Andrew Loomis, correct? I got that book for my birthday this month. So I started. This is the first plate that he tells you to get your pencil out and draw. The plate 3. And then I realized, after I did it, I didn't have to do all 3 of these. This one turns into this, turns into this. So next time, I will do the steps and end up with the one drawing. It was a lot of work drawing circles. It's hard to draw a freehand circle. Next day, 528, fuchsia fountain pen. She's pretty. She looks younger. She looks happier. So many of my girls look somber or scared or sad. She's got a younger hairstyle. I like her and my writing behind it. Just some flowers in the front. That was Memorial Day. I must have been happy that day. I like her. I made the face up out of my head. She's got big kind of China doll eyes, like a porcelain doll eyes. I did the face and the body. I went to fashion magazines to look for a dress. This was kind of just a formal dark dress, and it's very simple. But I also found somebody with a pixie haircut, which gave me a nice, different look than I normally do. And I did this work in the background. I used the cartridges for turquoise. And right about here, I ran out of turquoise ink. I didn't have another one. I wasn't going to wait until I could run to Jerry's Artorama to get those cartridges. So I just finished it in a different color. It doesn't bother me at all. This drawing here, I took from a picture on Pinterest. She's a fashion model. She was beautiful. And I did this 3/4 face. And I always have problems with the ear placement. But the Loomis method is already helping me where I drew the circle and to see where the ear went. I really like this drawing. I decided not to do any more on it because I get really precious about it. And I don't want to ruin it with ink or... And I think she is also heavily auditioning for this next coming project. I think I'm going to use this pose and this face, maybe even the hair, but change the clothes and add other things and add to her. I think she won the audition. You'll see that in an upcoming video this month. Getting down to the last 2 pages, I knew I had 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4 to do in 2 days. So on the 30th, I did a double page spread. She was fun, fast, loose, fountain pen, black, wet it real quick, put some watercolor in her hair. I still feel like I need some stenciling in that hair, but sometimes once it gets past me, I never go back to it. So she's fun and pretty. I really like that. To finish off my journal, this morning I realized I had missed, I wanted to keep memorabilia in there. I had my birthday. It was on the 8th. Mother's Day was, what, the 14th? This was a card my good friend painted for me. And this was the play we went to on Mother's Day. I wrote about it under here. Another card I got, card from my son on Mother's Day, cut out from a birthday card from my father-in-law. So I figured, well, okay, it's not at the right day or the right place in my book, but it's within this month. So I put these on. I would like to journal in here. I couldn't get it done before I did this video tonight. This video has to go live tomorrow on the 1st. I want to go back through the book, decide what I like, what makes me excited, what I want to do more of, what I might want to change. Do I want to keep with this format, these big books? This one threatened, I can tell, it's threatening for the binding to go. See this? It's threatening to crack, but I'm hard on these big journals. I sit on the sofa, I twist it, I bend it. You know, one side's hanging while I'm working on the other. I'm sitting with my legs curled up, working on my knees, so it's really not fair to blame the book. And I have a few more purchased, as a matter of fact. Here is, I also had to re-glue down these end pages. They all separated from the binding, but that wasn't a hard job. I just slapped some glue on there, glued it down. I think I have 3 of these purchased ahead, which would pretty much get me through December. So I'm probably going to continue with this journal and this size. Maybe the first of the year I'll switch to a different type of journal, a different format, a different size. These are big, but like I said before, they go with me every day in my art bag. I have a big messenger bag that I carry with me. So I set up June and July. I hope we're still in the screen. My month at a glance were looking pretty boring, so I added some color. Yellow, just bright and sunny, and orange for June, and July, kind of a red, white, and blue theme. It'll make it a little more interesting to look at. And my essential oils page, which I always put on the next 2, I plan on putting some really nice art on that, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, to keep that looking pretty too. And, you know, part of my review of my other journal, I want to have more planner stuff in it. It's becoming more of just an art journal. It helps me to stay organized, to have my to-do list, to have my shopping list, to have these 2 months definitely keep me more organized, and it's always with me. So that really helps. So that is my month of May. Can you believe it's already June? Once again, check out Christy's planner. It's so different than mine and fabulous. She made her inserts all from scratch. She's got an accordion one this month that is just to die for. Check out her video. Give me a thumbs up if you like mine. And I'll see you again about the 15th with an art collab journal. And if not, I'll see you next month for Plan With Me. Thanks for watching.